Magmar. And Magmar Shiny. Okay, so you go from a yellow and red coloring pattern to, it looks like, red and pink. So that one's a pretty big difference. That one should be not too hard to spot in the field, if you spot Magmar at all, because he spawns so very rarely. Pinsir. It's like all of the Safari Zone stuff now. Pinsir and Pinsir Shiny. Oh, that's an obvious one. Yeah, so it goes from brown to a nice deep blue. Well, not really a deep blue, but a bluish color. And Tauros. And Tauros Shiny. Oh, wow. If you miss this one, you might have your colorblind settings turned on Minecraft if it has it. Because, wow. It goes from brown and like a dark brown to bright yellow and bright green. So that one should be a pretty obvious one to catch in the field. Next up on our list, Magikarp and Gyarados. These are actually some of my all-time favorites. Let's see if I can find another pool of water. There's one. They have such a unique difference on these ones. And both of them should be fairly noticeable even with the water. So you go from an orange regular Magikarp to this wonderful, wonderful golden Magikarp. That is just absolutely incredible. And then when you evolve your shiny Magikarp, so you got your regular Gyarados and your shiny Gyarados, you get the brilliant, brilliant red, which is just very, very clear to tell. I think that's actually one of the brightest and most, well, thanks for destroying it, brightest and most noticeable of the shinies. And if you get one with a fairly large growth size, that'd be just a massive, massive noticeable shiny. Alright, Lapras. I think I don't know if that Gyarados is just going to keep killing everything I spawn in here. Let's give it a try. Spawn over here. Come on, Pokespawn, Lapras, shiny. Oh, wow. That's actually a really cool looking one. Goes from the blue color to this wonderful, like, purplish pink. That actually looks pretty good on it. I wish I had an evolved form so I could see what the rest looked like. Ditto. Get back up onto land. Nope, not Diglett. Alright, Ditto and Ditto Shiny. So, wow, that's a pretty impressive difference. You go from the normal pink Ditto to like this little like cotton candy blue color. So that'll be a nice one to show off to your friends when you find them. Okay, so next up we're going to do these ones a little bit out of the official order because this is the Eevee set. So I think I'll just do the additional evolutions that are in the later generations with these ones, just so they kind of all are in one group. So let's start off with Eevee and Eevee's shiny version. So this actually is not a missing texture. It is actually a very, very pure white, little bit of gray Eevee versus the normal brown and kind of like tan. So these are actual shiny sprites, and this actually looks really cool. I'm not sure if I would even evolve a shiny Eevee if I found it. Alright, Vaporeon. And shiny Vaporeon. So that goes from blue to pink. Not a bad little change. I think I still prefer the blue a little bit better. And after Vaporeon is Jolteon. And the shiny Jolteon. Wow, that's a difference. So again, you're not going to see any of these evolved forms in the field. So it kind of helps you figure out which ones you want to evolve them into. So a green lightning, that's kind of an interesting look. I don't know, I think the yellow really fits it a lot better. Alright, Flareon. And Flareon shiny. So it goes from the red to more of a, I don't know, orangish yellow. It's an interesting change. Probably not the one I would change my Eevee into. I think yeah, they're all slaughtering each other. So after Flareon, there's Umbreon or Espeon and Umbreon. Oh, now that looks cool. That's what I would take a shiny Eevee into. It's nice, bright green. It's got like the blues on the ears. That looks cool. I'm a big fan of green, so it's always been, and that just like stands out from so far away. That is probably what I would change my Eevee into. Unless Umbreon, Glaceon, or one of those other ones have a better one. Let's see, Umbreon. Oh, that's not a bad change. It goes from the yellow to blue spots and blue things. It's a little bit hard to notice if you didn't know what you're looking for, because you don't see Umbreons terribly often. Oh, and the eyes go to yellow from red. That's a pretty cool change. Alright, then let's complete out the Eevee family with the ones from the later generations. So, Pokespawn, Glaceon, and Glaceon Shiny. That, at the moment, looks like it just, come on, separate out, you two. Need to get you apart so I can actually see. It looks like the color of the eyes and all of the blue on the head goes a little bit lighter. It's a very, very subtle difference, but it gives it a little bit more of an icy feel. And then the other one is Leafeon. And Leafeon shiny version. These two actually look pretty much identical. Come on, separate out a bit. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a difference on these two. So yeah, definitely my pick on... You went and killed it, didn't you? My pick on this one would definitely be the Espeon's shiny form. So getting back on track to numerical order. After this, we've got Porygon. Also another one you're not likely to encounter in the wild. Let's see, over here looks pretty good. Until we actually get a spawning thing in for them. So the shiny is more of a light blue and like light pinkish or yellowish. Can't really tell what that is. Instead of the normal pink and blue. Now we hit the fossil types. These ones, I think, have a little bit more of an interesting set. Almanite and Almanite shiny. Yeah, so you go from the blue, as it takes off immediately, to more of a like pinkish purple. And Almastar. Almastar. And Almastar shiny. Actually, this one's shell changes color as well. Ooh, it's got a nice color change on the spiral. That one actually looks pretty good. There was a color change on this guy. Yeah, it looks like his shell is a little bit more yellow. Really hard to tell. Now, these fossil shinies are going to be some of the absolute rarest ones in-game, because you actually have to find a fossil first, and then out of the fossil machine, you only have a 1 in 8,000 chance of that actually changing. So these are going to be absolutely status items if you manage to farm enough fossils and find enough to actually get them. In the next version, there should be a little bit better chance of finding some fossils, so that might cut these numbers down a little bit. Ooh, the Kabuto looks nice. Goes to a like brighter green. Are the eyes any different color? I can't tell. No, they look they're the same. And then Kabutops probably will follow that. And Kabutops shiny. Yeah, those are some nice looking ones. I really like that color change. Mostly because the greens just really aren't used very much in the, or at least the brighter greens aren't really used much in the color palettes. And everything's aggressive and killing each other off again. Aerodactyl to finish off the fossil set. Or, well, the Gen 1 fossil set. Aerodactyl and Aerodactyl shiny. So he goes from the purple with the purple wings to more of a like pinkish color. Let me get it daytime. Yeah, pinkish color with like blue on the wings. That's actually a pretty noticeable difference, and you just went and killed it. Alright. Snorlax. Oops. And Snorlax Shiny. Whoa, I like that better. That is a nice, rich blue. So that one will be fairly noticeable in the field, but you do have to know to look out for it, because you wouldn't probably notice that difference unless they were sitting side by side like that. Wow, that is a cool, cool difference. I would like a shiny Snorlax. Legendary birds. I'm not sure if these ones have shiny versions. These will also be some of the absolute rarest in the game. Articuno. Of course, everything is named with the A's. There we go. Okay, it looks like it's either white or some parts of the shiny texture are missing at the moment. So you'll actually notice this one in the field, but look at how beautiful just a regular Articuno is. I mean, wow. That is amazing. I like the look of them just in general. After Articuno comes Zapdos. And I didn't realize this until the last time I did the shiny special. It looks like... they look pretty much the same. I don't think there's any difference between these two. But I didn't realize that they are actually Articuno, Uno, Zapdos, Dos, and Moltres. It's 1, 2, 3 in Spanish. Completely never caught on to that as a kid. Like, 15 years after playing the original games, first time I realized it. So that was kind of a fun learning experience for me. The Moltreses, yeah, it looks like they are exactly the same as well. And every single one of these pairs wants to fight the other one. Alright, that brings us down to the last couple for the first generation. So the Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite. I want to do Dratini first. Oh, wow, that's a hot pink. So it goes from a light blue to this very, very obvious hot pink. I don't think you'll have any trouble distinguishing these in the field, if you manage to run into a Dratini at all. Dragonair, and Dragonair Shiny. Goes to a little bit lighter pink, and then the tip of the tail turns to a golden color. So that looks pretty cool. And then we've got Dragonite, and Dragonite Shiny form. Wow! It looks like Barney. Oh, that is a pretty significant change. I think I might actually would keep that at the Dratini stage, because that pink is just so different and noticeable. Although I could just name it Barney. Alright, and so then for our last one of the first generation, Mewtwo is not currently in the game. And it'll be in the next update. So it'll just be Mew, and Mew's shiny form. Oh wow, look at that. It goes from the normal pink of the Mew to a blue with kind of like blue eyes. Very, very different coloration on them now. It's kind of a cool color. Alright, and with that, we'll leave off for this episode, and next time when we come back, we will finish off all of the ones that are from other generations besides Generation 1. So your Mareeps, your Miltanks, and all of those. So feel free to comment or anything, which ones you think are the coolest looking ones, which ones you don't like, and which ones you probably wouldn't catch even if you came across, well, you'd probably catch them in case you came across a shiny, but you probably wouldn't use them. And then, yeah, definitely tune in for the next episode. All right, see you next time.